You know Bitcoin, you know NVIDIA, you know artificial intelligence. All those things have been covered and are being covered by everyone else. I will cover something in a much more basic way today, something known as treasurydirect.gov. Hi, I'm Shalabh Garg. I'm a 25-year veteran of Wall Street. I've had jobs at banks, hedge funds. I currently run my own hedge fund. And the one thing I've always struggled with is where to keep my free cash. Banks, as you know, even though the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates, and currently even after having cut interest rates for a few times, interest rates are around 4.5%. Yet, when you see your savings account or your checking account at a bank, the bank is giving you 0.5%, 0.3%, as if they're doing you a favor by keeping your money, when they should be giving you most of this interest. So what can you do without taking any risk whatsoever to make sure that you earn this basic interest that the government makes it possible for you to earn? So one thing I've always stressed out about is what to do with my free cash. I look at these banks and these bank accounts, and it just drives me absolutely insane that they pay no interest on the checking and savings accounts, knowing fully well everything that I do know, which is that the prevailing interest rates are 4.5%, and everybody who has their money in a CD or a commercial deposit or any such thing is making 4.5%. Now, I don't want to put it out for 3 months or 6 months in a commercial deposit. So I'm like, what should I do? So at least I'm too risk averse to put my free cash into NVIDIA. I'm too risk averse to make my money in Bitcoin. I don't even know what Bitcoin is. Don't even get me started on that. I'm too risk averse to put my money in the S&P 500. Markets are very, very high and very, very strong. But 4.5% is still 4.5% risk free. I want to get that risk-free 4.5% because over the course of a year, that can really add up in terms of interest in your free cash. So I found this amazing and the most amazing website there ever is. It's called treasurydirect.gov. The extension .gov means exactly what it says. It's a government-maintained and created website. So our federal government, the United States government, created this treasurydirect.gov website to be able to offer issuance that they do, so treasuries and treasury-linked securities like TIPS, inflation-linked securities, any such thing that retail and institutions can buy directly from the government at the same price that they would sell it to large institutional accounts like PIMCO and Vanguard. Now that is incredible, to be able to buy issuance from the US Treasury at the same exact price at these large institutional accounts that have so much more big volume and so much more assets, to me is incredible. And I don't know how many people know about it, but I have been using it for the last 25 years. So it's not a new thing. This website has existed even when internet was very, very young. And the beauty of it is that it links it to your bank account. So it's not like you have to create a whole new bank account at Treasury Direct. You just have to link Treasury Direct to your existing bank account, and then you can put your money in T-bills, into 3-month or 6-month securities that then give you that 4.5%. There is zero fees. There is zero commission. There is no thing about how, if you open this account, we will give you another checking account. If you open the CD account, we will give you there's no such selling. It's plain and simple treasurydirect.gov. The one thing you must be wondering is, what is the absolute minimum I need to open an account at treasurydirect.gov? You know what? $100. That's all you need. And also the money doesn't go from your bank to treasurydirect.gov. The money still stays at the bank, and the Treasury Direct account engages the bank to link to it. I know it's a little complicated, but if you want to reach out to me, I'm happy to walk you through the steps that you need to take to link your bank account to treasurydirect.gov. But I promise you, it's really, really, really simple. Have you ever wondered how long does it take to convert your free cash from $1 to $2? So in other words, to double your money. At 5%, it takes 14.4 years if you can keep investing at 5% to double your money. Why do I say that? Because 30-year treasuries now yield 5%. I would not take that lightly. So in addition to Treasury Direct, a topic that I just covered, where you can buy short-dated securities, you can also buy these long-dated bonds, 30-year bonds, which locks in this 5% yield for you for 30 years. It quadruples your money over 30 years. I'm making some assumptions there, and the purists and in the audience will talk about how you assume there that you can keep reinvesting at 5%, and at the end of year one, interest rates may drop. But you know what? If interest rates were to drop, you will see capital appreciation on that bond. So Treasury Direct not only allows you to manage your free cash using short-dated treasury bills, it also allows you to invest in long-dated bonds, which at the moment are yielding 5%. Don't underestimate 5%. That's all I have to say to you. If you look back at your 20 years or the last 30 years, the last 15 years, there's not that many things that on a riskless basis quadrupled your money over 30 years. Treasuries today at 5% quadruples your money in 30 years at 5%. I strongly recommend it. Again, if you want to structure that more uniquely to yourself, you're welcome to reach out to me. I'm here to do a consulting hour. I offer that consulting hour using any of the items below in the description page, and we can go over into more detail into how you can tailor managing your free cash. Management of free cash, I know not everybody wants to invest in the stock market. I know everybody wants to believe that their neighbor is investing in NVIDIA, but I promise you, if everybody was already invested in NVIDIA, NVIDIA would not be going up 10x over the course of a year. The reason something like NVIDIA goes up 10x over the course of a year is because people only realize that investment after it has gone up 10x over the course of a year. I would strongly recommend treasurydirect.gov as a free cash management or a portfolio management tool, because it's with the government, it's safe, you have zero credit risk. What do I mean by that? When you open a commercial deposit account, another way that people manage their free money, they open a deposit account, which is you go to a bank and the bank will say that, okay, put this money with us for 3 months or 6 months, locked in for 3 or 6 months, and we'll give you this certain amount of interest. You wear the credit risk of the bank. This may not feel that important of a deal today to you, but just 2 years ago, you had SVB and all these banks that were announcing bankruptcy, and only up to $250,000 is guaranteed by the FDIC, which is a regulatory agency that insures these deposits. So these deposits, while they may feel like they're giving you a similar interest, the risk profile of those deposits is not the same as the risk profile of the Treasury Direct, where your account is directly with the government. What is high yield savings, you might ask, right? That's another type of account that exists, and you feel like you put your savings in there and it earns 4 or 4.5, and it calls itself high yield, making it sound like you're earning a lot of yield. Truth be told, it's just a high interest rate environment currently. So interest rates are no longer rock bottom the way they used to be at the time of COVID or at the time of the financial crisis. The risk-free interest rate is 4.5%. So any high yield account or high yield savings account that is giving you 4.5%, one is charging you fees on it. Second is asking you to maintain minimums on it. Otherwise, they will then charge you fees on it. It's a hoax. Go after treasurydirect.gov. You'll get that same quote-unquote high yield from Treasury Direct. At the same time, the account will be with the government. There's no hidden fees. Government does not want to penalize mom and pop because of the amount of negative publicity that would attract. So for sure, it is for free. And I'm telling you, you'll be the happiest ever that you've been managing your free cash. With that, I'll end my podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I can't wait to hear from you again. See you next time.